Oh,
Okay. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Meta HSE New Zealand Regional Finals for League of Legends. Today we have two amazing schools coming in. We have Rangitoto College facing off against Avondale College. They will be playing a best of three for a spot at MEO, which is the Melbourne Esports Open, playing against the likes of schools from Victoria and New South Wales. So we've got a couple of interesting games ahead of us today. I'm, of course, your caster, Blue Panda, here with my friend, Native.
Hello.
We'll be taking care of things for you guys today, keeping you up to date with all the information and, walking you along this journey. We will be jumping into Champ Select, or pick and bans for the first game very, very shortly, but we do have a great lineup for us today. We have, a couple of top picks. We've got Guapi in the mid lane for Rangitoto College, famous for playing from the hospital last year and winning it for his school.
Yep.
So obviously Rangitoto, the champions from last year, so they will have a chance to defend their title today. So Avondale College coming in for the first time, they might take it out. We don't know. We might have new champions this year. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing Rangitoto really putting up their guards, trying to hold on to their title that they claimed last year and really keep up this number one spot. Oh, hello.
We are on screen.
Don't look at the client.
Here we go into the champion select. Awesome, coming into phase one of that. It'll be interesting to see what bands we can see today. Obviously, we're playing on patch 9.12, so some of the buffs that familiar players will know that are coming out in 9.13 won't be available. Off the bat, we have a Yi ban.
Yeah, quite interesting. I don't think Master Yi is quite a.
There we go.
Like
the
I
Yi
called
ban.
out before we started streaming, I was talking to my co-caster Blue Panda, and I was talking about the fact that Red Side has to ban Yuumi. Yuumi's in this current meta is
Yeah, it's not something you want given to blue team on that first pick. It's pretty much free pick for them. Karma coming out.
yeah.
Obviously very, very strong at the moment. We've got Rise coming out. Huge team fight potential there. So they will take that away from Guapi today in game one.
Having some
Having some
difficulties.
The rally are being banned out by the blue team.
Yeah.
Red team coming in with their final ban. Then we'll start getting a pick, see how the things are going to shape out for both these teams. Be very interesting. See, where that comes in.
And we do see the Akali come through as
Kali coming
final
out, yes.
ban for Red Side.
Also very, very strong at the moment. Not something you really want to be dealing with. If she gets ahead, she can be quite scary.
And there's the Lux pick.
Lux coming out. Very versatile. Has obviously the root and their Q, the shield potential, the slow, and obviously the laser coming out. Not something you really want to be dealing with as a squishy ADC or even a support.
So currently Aftershock Lux, really strong pickup. Her W level 1 just gives really big shield currently. We do see Siva Jarvan be locked in for Avondale College.
Oh no, it's going to be quite scary. Siva was on the hunt, plus a Jarvan running at you is going to be quite scary. Not something you really want to face off against. Yes, it's alright with the Lux, but if you've got a team of 5 men running at you as fast as they can be, it's going to be quite scary. Kai'Sa coming in for Rangitoto College.
Yep, we are seeing the Kai'Sa pick. It could be a flex Kai'Sa pick into the jungle. We're not too sure.
Lad coming out, probably more for the mid lane at the moment. Can be played top. Oh, the Taric coming out.
Yeah,
okay,
so
Civet Taric in the bot lane. Now that's going to be quite a pain. Obviously the stun coming out to sustain. Oh no,
we are going to see Morgana. So quite a strong bot lane here with between Siva and Morgana.
Yeah, obviously Morgana offering that spell shield on top of Siva's own spell shield. So I think it's going to be very, very hard for Rangitoto to lock down anyone in that bot lane. So they might have to focus some of their jungle pressure, to our other lanes. Vi coming out as a ban against Rangitoto College.
Yeah, quite interesting. Vi, one of the champions that have really climbed up through the rankings. We do see a Riven ban come out.
Riven, yeah, absolute powerhouse in that top lane. Capable of dealing a lot of damage, not really something you want to face off against. Also has the ability to get away from those ganks quite easily.
Yep.
The broken blade jump and her dash. So yeah, a good takeaway. Also very, very scary with that Civic comp. Gangplank being banned out by Avondale College. Also, yeah, he's very, very strong at the moment. Has that global presence with his ultimate, his Cannon Barrage. And obviously can scale quite easily in the early game with his passive. His ability to pick up gold off minion kills.
We are seeing the Renekton ban. So Rangitoto College really respecting Barry Sun.
Yeah,
They do not really want him to be on these kind of carry top laners.
Yeah, they want to. Oh, Nivea picked up in the mid lane for Avondale College. I did tell Native earlier on today that we might see Nivea. Bit of cheese coming out from Avondale College. Now, in the semis, we did see that Rangitoto swept it quite easily, 2-0, nice and easy. And then Avondale College went 2-1. They did lose that second game. So I did say that we might have to see something a bit interesting coming out from both teams just to, bring this finals together. Kindred picked up in the jungle for Rangitoto College. And hovering the teamer, I don't think we'll see this coming through. I don't think we'll be going for the roaming support team. We could, but highly unlikely.
We could pull a new break in this game.
Yeah, unlikely. It's not quite as good as some of the other supports we could be seeing. 2 seconds coming down. There we go. Switch to Camille. So yeah, Timo on the top lane, not great. Camille, much better.
Suji answering back with the team.
Also hovering the Timo. A bit of a joke going in between both teams.
So we are going to see Camille on the top lane. Currently, she has half decent matchups, I think. We might see Barry Stone look for the Jack. Beat me to it.
There we go. The Jack's in the top lane.
Jack's.
So yeah, Jack's very well rounded. Has the CC, has the sustain once he gets those couple of items built, and obviously very very tanky with his Grandmaster's call.
Oh, bit of a switch up. So we do have Camille mid lane.
Camille in the mid lane. Okay, very very nice. Obviously. She's a bit beefier than some of your average mid laners, especially into an Anivia. It could be quite a problem, the ability to jump on her face, deal that damage. Obviously, putting her into that egg early could be quite, a hindrance for Zeo in the mid lane. Not something he wants to be dealing with, especially with, a Camille Kindred. That sort of gank could be quite problematic for him.
Yeah.
And obviously, being as immobile as Anivia is, once, Camille gets her ulti online, locks her down, she can't get away, obviously. And so it's going to be quite a tough fight for her if Camille does get that level 6 quite early.
Yeah, quite a good play by Rangitoto College there. Jax being picked up as one of the counter picks to Camille, because not only does he do physical damage, but he also does magic damage, which kind of confuses Camille's passive. And it really makes it so he can still deal a lot of damage where other champions don't really pull out damage.
Awesome. Now we are coming to the loading screen. So what can we expect to see from a game like this with these lineups? Who do you think will be taking out game 1?
Yeah, so from this draft, I think both teams have drafted quite well. We're gonna see it really come down to which jungler really puts the pressure on early games.
Awesome, yeah. So we are loading now, ladies and gentlemen. So we are starting game 1 of the HSE New Zealand Regional Finals. Like I said earlier, the winning team gets to go to Melbourne, compete at an international level, which is a great opportunity for obviously these high school level players. See how this game 1 goes, how it affects it, going into game 2, whether or not they tend to take it out cleanly. But obviously, we are getting onto the riff. Pretty standard split. Obviously, it looks like Avondale College is going for a pretty standard 5-man fan out in the red side jungle. Whereas Rangitoto College are, grouped up in that tribal down the bot lane. Lance is up top. Camille doesn't know what's going on. She's still buying her items, so she's going to be a bit late on, branching out. So they will have to go for a pretty standard fan out themselves.
Yeah, nothing too special here. Just a nice little fan out from both sides, really, holding down their angles.
Is there any interesting things we're seeing from the items? Not really. It's pretty standard stuff. The Doran's shield on the Sivir rather than going for that Doran's blade, so a little bit more defensive. Not quite aggressive, obviously.
Maybe a D-blade could be okay into this lane. Lux will maybe start W level 1 here. We're not too sure once we get into the laning phase.
Ooh, a bit of an invade coming here from Camille. Throwing out the snowball, does catch her. A couple of auto attacks, so Camille is, not quite favorably taking that trade, so it means she might have to back. Oh, throwing out a boomerang as well.
Wappi was just looking for that Raptor ward that everyone really uses for this kind of jungle stuff. We are going to see both junglers start on the bot side, getting that nice big leash.
Oh, Jack's going, Barry Sun going in an aggressive onto Diamond. Starts with the jump. We'll take it, do a decent amount of damage. Going in early. Oh, Guapi taking more harassment in the mid lane. Not the ideal situation for a Camille there, but she has the pot, she can heal back up. Pretty early aggression coming out from both teams. Oh, Barry Sutton going in again onto Diamond. He wants to harass this lad out of lane. Knows that he doesn't have, the sustain that Jack does with the Trapping Potion. Only has the Doran shield in the one pot, so we'll look to push him out early. More harass coming down in the bot lane. It's Morgana. She has, the pull. The harass coming out early. It's Lux. You wouldn't be worried about that, so bit of contestant going down there. HSE coming out, pretty standard stuff. Camille getting the damage off spotline, trading, pretty simple stuff.
Yep.
And we do have a route down onto Dreamy. The harass is coming out. Oh, she will have to back off there. Same thing in the top lane. Flag getting harassed out, pretty standard. Civil will have to be, a bit careful here. Yes, they do have both spell shields, but they're in a bit of a dangerous situation here. Not really, a good thing to be that low that early on in the game. They're only level 2. They haven't quite, got the minions they want. They're still down a decent amount, so they will have to be very careful here. Wait for the jungler to get involved, and then from there they might be able to.
Yeah, but really these kind of matchups come down to how much pressure these junglers can put on.
Oh, Barry's Sun going in once again. We do have a gang here in the mid lane. Yuki going in for the flag and drag onto Guapi. The wall coming down from Zao, but it ultimately doesn't result in the kill. Just a bit of harass coming out. We might have a rotation here from Kindred. Another stun going down onto Camille. Kindred roaming into the mid lane. Will go for the gang onto Zao. Throwing down Wolf. Yuki coming back around for the flag and drag. Does get down onto BN. BN getting very low. The burn is happening. Guapi is getting taken down. No, both will get away. Flash is blowing on both the jungler and mid lane for Rangitoto College. Or Yuki still going in. Does get the drag onto Guapi. Guapi sitting very low. Will have to run for his life. Might be able to turn this run. Does! Gets first blood on to Yuki in the jungle. Zao does come around. Finishes off Guapi though. So a 1-for-1 trade, but first blood going over to Guapi there on the Camille. Now, this is very, very well done by Rangitoto College. Very well done by Avondale College to turn around, get that return kill. So it does mean that both mid laners do, have a bit of extra money going back for the first time. It'll be interesting to see how they transition that, obviously. Camille obviously going for, those hard damage items, and Nivea going for more the sustaining mage type build.
Yeah, so we are seeing just a little bit of a fiesta going on. We had action in the top lane, action in the mid lane, action in the bot lane. Lemon Lord going down roughly about 50 hit points.
Or Jack's going in, forcing out the Sanguine Pool from Diamond, as you were saying, sorry.
Yeah, so really it just came down to a whole lot of fight going on in that short moment of time, of a short space of 30 seconds. We saw fights going on in the top lane, fights going on in the mid lane, involving the junglers and the mid lane.
Here we go, Barry Sun jumping in again, does get the counter strike off onto Diamond, dealing a decent amount of damage. This Vlad is not having a great time also. Yes, he's ahead, 5 CS, but he's taking so much free harassment from Barry Sun.
Yeah, Barry Sun sitting on that corrupting pot, plus the D-Blade. So his defense in this lane is going to be quite high at this point.
Yeah, or the wall coming down again from Zao, just to harass Guapi off that farm. Yes, we're seeing a lot of trades coming out, very, very aggressive early on. Does culminate in a kill for both mid laners. At the moment, we do see Rangitoto College is up about 1,000 gold, which is pretty good. They're out climbing their lanes. Down in the bot lane, you've got 37 last hits to 25. In the top lane, 33 to 23. So, they're still coming out there, doing it. Oh, in the jungle, in the red side, BN going onto Yuki. Yuki is very, very low on mana right now. Might not be able to get away. Kindred does get the kill in the red side jungle. That is not good.
It's coming down to, I think, Kindred's third mark. Yep. So Kindred's already got 3 marks at 5 minutes. Quite a good achievement. She managed to pick up both scuttles, which was one of her scuttle RNG, her mark RNG, and then she managed to...
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Lemon Lord getting very low. He did roam to the mid lane to try and take down Zeo, but it didn't really work out for them. He's sitting very low. He's going to have to back here, leaving Kai'Sa all alone in that bot lane, where it could have easily turned into a kill for Avondale College. Luckily for them, it didn't.
I don't think the roam was too bad at this point. Lemon Lord, knowing that Dreamy really needed to reset, end up his gold, and nothing was really going to happen towards his ADC.
Oh, again, in the mid lane, we do see a bit of damage going out onto Camille. In saying that, they're not having a great time taking a lot of harass, but they are still keeping up those CS, they're staying even, especially in those, ranged and melee matchup. The only lane that is really sort of suffering is the top lane. Diamond is 20 CS up on Barry Sun. It's not a situation you want to be in the Jacks. You need that farm to get those items.
Yeah. So Barry Sun really just needs to...
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Yuki does roam down for a kill. While in the mid lane, Kindred roaming for a gank on a 0-0. Very low on mana. He's been egged. They will take him down. Another kill going on to Guapi. So that puts the mid lane at 2-1 up. Not an ideal situation. That means Nivea won't have her passive for the next wee while, so it means she is more susceptible to gank. So it could be, the focus of the jungle go back in the mid lane. Around the rest of the map, standard things are happening, farming's happening. We are seeing some interesting things go on. BN is being very, very aggressive right now. Yeah, he is going for the, Avondale College's blue buff. They tried to contest it, but they decided, she's quite far ahead, and that's not really a fight they want to be taking. So that is a free blue buff onto BN. which means that he can probably then transition his own blue buff, maybe onto the mid lane.
Yeah, being really aggressive there, looking for his marks. Avondale College not really realizing that the mark was sitting there on drop. It didn't really rotate quick enough. Managed to get his mark and get out of there with a blue buff as well.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, we can see that Avondale College not quite responding as well to some of these movements that Taylor was obviously. Oh, again in the mid lane, we do have the jump onto Anivia. It does look like she will go down against Guapi. So another kill onto that Camille. That's what like I said, Anivia doesn't have a passive. She doesn't have a way to survive these gangs, so it means that she is going to be, threatened quite heavily going through into this mid game. Bot lane push up. They're doing quite well. They're aggressive. They got the first plate down in the bot lane. They're doing what they're meant to do. Farming out well, pushing in. Never hasn't been backward.
Yeah, pretty questionable. Currently sitting on 1,800 gold. That's quite enough gold, I believe, for really any item. Since we're on patch 9.12, Essence Reaver currently still builds out of the pickaxe.
Yeah.
Cool field. So maybe he's looking for their
well, it doesn't make sense.
2k gold, is it?
He's sitting on 55 farm. He's got that gold,
yeah.
But he's slowly, dropping in terms of the CS.
Yeah.
He's down a good 20 CS at the moment. It would have made more sense to go back, get those items, and be able to farm on an equal level. But he's decided not to.
Yeah, even just pickaxe plus boots, maybe a dagger or two. He would have been a lot closer than that.
Yes. Up in the top lane, we do have Barry Sun pushed off the wave by Diamond, going aggressive there. Barry Sun obviously sitting in quite a poor position in terms of last sets at the moment. Day 4 taking Scuttler in the bot lane, so that could set up for a potential gank onto the Rangitoto College bot lane. With that speed up obviously. But still hasn't backed.
Yeah, very questionable here. Quite greedy, I think, overall.
I mean, his support's already back, and she's still sitting in there getting last hits. What's going on?
Yeah, currently basing. Does have 2270 gold, so might be just really looking for those big boy components.
Yeah,
BF sword coming out here. Okay,
there we go. Oh, meanwhile in the mid lane, another dive coming out from Guapi on that Camille does take down Anivia once again. Anivia did blow the flare. Yeah. Still meant she couldn't survive. Oh, Landlord going for the roam. Lemon Lord, sorry, going for the roam in the mid lane. Does see Yuki there. Yuki, unfortunately, getting ridded up. Not able to follow up on it there. They will have to back off, return to the jungle. It's an interesting situation you can see them in. Avondale College slowly falling behind. At the moment, it's a decent lead there actually. Yeah. It's about 3.6k, so Avondale College is going to have to do a bit of work to get back into this game. Yeah, so we'll have to see where that transition. Obviously, Avondale College is playing a bit more defensively, obviously, because Rangitoto being so aggressive. It can translate into Camille having 4 kills. By the 10-minute mark in that mid lane. Not a situation that Anivia wants to be in. She wants to be able to get that farm, get those last hits so that she can, transition into some more important items.
Yeah, it just comes down to Camille being a very aggro matchup for Anivia, I think.
Lux getting caught by a dark binding there. Won't transition into anything. It's just a bit of free harass coming out from the support. Having to blow the black shield there on herself rather than Dreamy. Not the situation where they're Ian going for a gank onto Yuki in the mid lane. Will have to blow that Lamb's respite just to stay alive. Yuki also very low. Camille jumping on Zao. Will get her very low. Does have to back off though. It is between 2 turrets. Not really a gank that you want to be taking. Jax roaming down. Will jump onto BN and finish that off. Camille meanwhile jumps onto Zao. Does drop the ultimate. The egg is back up, so it might mean that Guapi could drop here. No. Berry Sun doesn't have the jump. Won't be able to get the counter strike off. So Guapi will escape. What a play by Guapi.
Yeah. Really knowing that his cooldown was going to come
up. No, rotates right back into the Nivea. Will get caught. No, jumps away. Berry Sun decides not to go in for it. Good call, all said and done. That is a 4-on-1 Camille, so that's a lot of damage that could have come out. But in terms of what just happened, it's a bit of a showing of life there from Avondale College. Probably more of a mistake from Guapi than anything.
Overall, a great rotation from Berry Sun. Although he's missed out, he had to give up a play or 2. It is really a lot better to get overall pressure.
Well, meanwhile, on the top lane, Berry Sun going into Diamond. Diamond does have to drop the Hemo Plague and will throw his ghost to try. No, he doesn't go, so he just tries to run away with a phase shift. We'll try and turn this around. No, not quite. Does have to back off. We're in the top lane. We've seen a lot of trading going on. Barry Sun being very aggressive on the diamond. With, unfortunately, Bean jumping in on Barry Sun. Might there's something counter strike getting a lot of damage. Will follow it under tower. Does get that off and does finish off Barry Sun. BN making some great rotations so far. He's already 2-1 and 3.
Yeah.
While still maintaining a gold lead. So what could that potentially mean for Rangitoto College going ahead?
Yeah, coming through with this, Ian is just really putting pressure inside the mid lane and also inside of Yuki's jungle. As you can see, there's a 2 levels disparity between the 2 different junglers, and this really all just comes down to the amount of lane XP that they've been eating up, and also the jungle players that they've been establishing. So Kindred with 80 CS, 82 CS compared to Jarvan's 54.
Yeah, that's a pretty monumental difference, especially at this stage in the game. 13 minutes in, being down that much farm could be quite detrimental to Yuki. But obviously, it's the Jarvan. All he really has to do is get the flag and drag off, set up the kills for Anivia, and Anivia can obviously run away with the game. But Rangitoto College is slowly drawing ahead. It's only 13 minutes in. There's quite a decent gold disparity. It's almost 6k at the moment.
Yeah.
So what can Avondale College do to get back in this?
Yeah. So from Avondale, I'm looking for the Silver to hit her power spike in her Essence Reaver.
Well, Camille's going in onto there once again. The stun does come out from Anivia. A bit of free harass onto Guapi. Guapi, just throwing out a kick, throws out a kick onto Anivia. Nothing really happening. We did see Diamond rotating down though, so it looks like they will be going for the Rift Cutler. Kindred and Vlad, pretty easy takedown. They do a decent amount of damage. So it'll be interesting to see where things go from there.
Yeah, the big Shelly, really an important objective you really want to contest. 14 minutes, because it really guarantees those extra tower platings you can get. Going back to the point I was talking about earlier, for Avondale College to really come back into this game, it's really reliant on Sivir hitting those item spikes. Essence Reaver, we have some good scoops. Now we're looking for her Zeal upgraded item plus an Infinity Edge.
We are seeing a bit of an MV onto the blue side bot jungle. We could see a gank here onto Lemon Lord. Note that the root coming out does stop that from happening. Does look like AC might be setting up for a dragon. Meanwhile, on the top lane, the top tower has tier 1 for Avondale College has already gone down. So Diamond is sitting there pretty far up. Has a couple of defensive wards down, but it'll just be a bit of farm trade up there. Yeah. Be interesting to see where they transition. The bot one's tower, they might go for the lane swap, set up so that they can push down another lane, but obviously it's very, very early on. These teams, they're quite good. Obviously, they've made it this far in terms of the New Zealand conference.
Yeah.
So, it'll see what separates them. What means that one team can take it out and go and represent New Zealand. But obviously, Rangitoto have followed putting a very good showing so far. Oh, another jump in on the Slayer. The stun does come out. Another icicle. Meanwhile, bot tier 1's going down for Avondale College, going down the path. They do catch out Yuki though, he does go down. Meanwhile on the top lane, Barry Sun jumping on Diamond, Dagman Paul is blown, Transfusion comes out. They do get the Dark Binding onto Lemon Lord there on the left. Meanwhile, LCD, DDK, doing a bit of damage. He's pretty safe there in that solo lane by himself. He's done reasonably well in terms of farm, and he's not afraid to sit there by himself, so it does mean that having pushed that far up. Meanwhile in the mid lane, Guapi going hard on the Zao, does get the ultimate off, will get the egg out, will get the kill, while his team does drag it. No, he backs off, they got Dragon, that's all they really needed. So that is two Cloud Drakes going
LCD.
down. LCD DK taking down Suji as well. Kaisa pretty fed at the moment. Does have one item completed up on the Sivir, who really doesn't have anything. So they do pop the Rift Herald in the mid lane. We'll take them at tier 1, which is pretty low to be fair. But they will look for pressure at tier 2 here. They've got 4 men there already, and they don't really have much on Avondale College that can defend this. So that is 3 towers down for Avondale College. Rangitoto. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're just seeing a really good play out of Rangitoto College. Communication between all these players seems to be on a really good level, as all of them seem to be rotating to the objectives that they need to take at all times.
Playing this really well. A lot of these moves that Avondale College make is defensive. They're not making a lot of aggressive plays. Yes, they had a bit of an invade into the bot side jungle for Rangitoto College, but it didn't really amount to anything. Lemon Lord got the root off, they backed off, and then even from there, LCDK was able to push up and pressure them off it, and they got a free dragon out of it. So Rangitoto making these plays, making these rotations, playing really well, communicating really well. Avondale College looking a bit iffy. So, like I said earlier, what is it going to take for these guys to get back in it? They're not having a great showing at the moment. They're sitting down on CS in every single lane. They've only got 2 kills to the 8 of Rangitoto College. Where is their comeback coming from?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, the comeback really comes with the item spikes that Silver will manage to hit. It's just a matter of time. So Avondale College's team comp is really geared towards that 30-minute mark where they will really hit their item spikes and really do a lot of damage in these big team fights, especially with the Jarvan lockdown, the Anivia constant damage coming out, and also the
Guapi going in hard onto Yuki. The Cataclysm is bone onto Guapi, but Guapi just does too much damage. He's got that Triforce. Wow, he's dropping his ult. He's on Barry Sun doing what he can, but Kindred jumps in, BN getting the kill on him. Suji doing what they can. The Lamb Stretch fight does come out. Dreamy trying to stay alive. BN does get the kill onto Dreamy. Suji also goes down to Guapi. Guapi looking like an absolute powerhouse right now. LCD DK all on his own up in the top lane fighting Zed, going toe to toe with an Anivia as a Kai'Sa.
The fight there was a good looking fight at the start there for Yuki and Avondale College. I think the turnaround really came when they weren't able to kill Guapi quick enough.
Yeah, he had 3 people on him. Yeah. They weren't able to finish off, even with the Lamb Stress fight. They didn't have the rotational, positioning so they could get in, finish off those kills. And again, it just puts us behind. It's 12-2 at the moment. 18.5 minutes in. This is looking like a pretty solid game for Rangitoto College. You got Camille up, several items in the mid lane. Jax hasn't even finished his Triforce up in the top lane. What's going on?
Yeah, all we're seeing is just gold disparities here and there on Avondale College. Not able to farm. Not able to secure any kills, so they're just really being out of any income that they can really manage.
Yeah, meanwhile, another 2 turrets going down for Avondale College. So at the moment, 6 turrets to none. Avondale College hasn't taken a turn. They haven't even got an objective. So this is looking quite scary for them in game 1. Now, I didn't say that they could come in game 2, but at the moment, they're not looking in a great position. What can we hope for these guys? All they need to do, they need to get a team fight. Yeah, they need to get a team fight, which is on their terms. Obviously, Siva on the hunt can set that up. They've got the Jarvan, they've got the Jax, they can run in, set up a fight. Really, all they can hope for is to set up around Baron, go for a fight there, and hope for the best.
Yeah, they really need to push up this vision in this topside jungle, and really make sure that any kind of attempt at Baron play is contested, and that it will come down to the big team fight, 5v5 on their own terms.
Guapi going in hard on Zayo again. All that damage coming out, drops the ult. Zayo going down into the egg form. Guapi will back off. Not keen to sit there and tank turrets. So that is passive down for Anivia again.
So we are just seeing Guapi really knowing his damage output on his champion. Really knows that Anivia can't really stand a chance against him in this 1v1 lane. We are seeing the Baron being called right now by BN.
The pressure going down onto Guapi means that they can start off that Baron quite comfortably. They have a decent amount of damage coming out between, Kai'Sa and Kindred. So that Baron will be shredded quite quickly. Yuki doesn't even have a chance. He wasn't close enough. There was no way he was getting the smite off there. So a free Baron to Rangitoto College, which means they can now start pressuring these tier 3s.
Yeah, even if Yuki got in there, I don't think the possibility of the 50-50 was really there.
Yeah, he would have died as soon as he got in the
down on Kindred. That is a lot of
he is
smite damage.
70 CS down at 20 minutes. That is huge. Not to mention all the kill disparity. So they will look at going for a 2-2 split. Jarvan dropping the Cataclysm there. Will have to flash away so he doesn't get caught. Guapi coming around from the bot lane. Does finish off Yuki. Will go in. Meanwhile, BN is pushing down that tier 3 in the top lane. So Barry Sun sitting a bit helpless here. Guapi going in hard under Zayo. Won't get it. Diamond Sanguine pulling under Dreamy there. Dreamy will drop. Suji will drop. Meanwhile, in the top lane, BN does finish off Barry Sun. That is a 4-for-0 trade. They will get tier 3s in the top and bot lane, plus the inhibitors. This game's all but done.
Yeah, this is looking like GG. We have a big mini wave in the top lane. We have mini wave in the mid lane coming up. We have this big mini wave.
Yeah, here we go. They're finishing it onto the inhib turrets. Yuki is up, so is Zayo. Realistically though, what is it they can do? The TP is coming into the mid lane from Guapi. He will jump on Zayo. Probably knock him down again. The root comes down onto the most. They drop them. This is GG. There's no way around this. Slowly they'll finish off the Nexus. So, in saying that, coming into game 2, what can Avondale College conceivably do
as well, just to get that combo and really push ahead their bot lane.
Yeah. So, do you think we're going to see any respect bans come out? Do you think Guapi will be banned out on the Camille, or is it just the fact that Zao ended up in a bad matchup and that it's really his own fault and there's nothing they can do about it?
It might be a respect ban, but I think the bans that they came with in the start of the game were good bans to ban out. Maybe we might see a different ban out of Rangitil's College, but I
Yeah.
think Evandale College had good bans. Um,
I mean,
uh,
yeah, you look at the bans from Rangitoto College, the Yi, the Karma, the Aurelia, the Riven, the Renekton,
Yeah.
that doesn't really need to change.
Yeah.
There was no one champion on the Avondale College lineup that was actually a threat. So, that, yeah, going into game 2, we'll see how things go.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's going to be an absolute slog for Avondale College. So we will be getting into game 2 very, very soon. So we'll see how it goes when it comes to that.
Yep. All right. We're taking a quick.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have had a couple of changes up for Rangitoto College. They've switched Guapi into the mid lane, out of that mid role. Obviously, BN has come from the jungle into the mid lane, and they've brought in a new player, Hypebeast, to take over that jungle role.
Yeah, so interesting to see the switch up. We did see Bien on the Kindred really dominating over Yuki, I think. Guapi in the mid lane really supporting his jungler as well. Must be quite a good communication between Guapi and Bien. I think maybe this new jungler might add something different, considering they're on red side.
Spice things up a wee bit as we come into the red side jungle.
Uh,
Now, in saying that, from game one, obviously quite a showing by Rangitoto College. They dominated, to be sure, 18-2, I think it was at the end of that.
Yeah.
So we'll come into the champ picks here. Obviously, what can we expect to see? Do you think we're going to get any respect bans out of Avondale College here? You know, banning away the Camille or maybe that Kindred?
Yeah, maybe we will see the Camille ban. I don't think anyone will
Rise
have
ban
really
off
anything.
the bat coming out for Avondale College.
Yeah, I don't think we will see anything that will really come out of Barry Sun to go up against the Camille. Master Yi ban
Master Yi again targeted at Yuki.
Maybe we just didn't do our research correctly, but I don't think I saw a Master Yi in his playlist.
He's just, I don't think he's quite that impactful. You know, a lot of these CC-based mid laners and all the rest of it deal with them quite well.
Yeah.
So obviously they do have a decent amount of respect for Yuki there, banning that out. Rengar coming out against Hypebeast.
Yeah. So we should see a Yumi ban coming out of Rangitoto. If not, definitely Avondale College most likely take it.
Yeah, they did play it in the semi-finals, so quite likely that we'll see it coming out. Aurelia coming out for ban 2 for Rangitoto College at the moment.
Yeah. So Hypebeast must be a Ringo player. No other reason I think you get rid of Ringo, considering the current meta where I think there's a lot better junglers, is the Camille
respect ban coming out there for Avondale College. They did do a decent amount of work. Guapi having an absolute showing on that. Bullied, you know,
yes.
Zeo quite heavily in that lane. Blew the passive several times. Karma coming out. Yep, there we go. Yumi coming out for Avondale College.
And then we will most likely see a Lux pick as well as maybe a Caitlyn. I hope.
Yeah, Lux Caitlyn. Nautilus coming out for Lemon Lord. Quite scary.
Do we see... We see an ADC pick here, I think. Maybe a jungler.
Could be. They've already got their support. Lee Sin coming in for the jungler. Now, it's something I've not seen for a little while. Obviously, we're still very, very strong. One of you know the standard junglers here.
Yeah, Hypebeast.
A lot of room for some flashy plays.
Looking to put some hype up within the casters, within the crowd as well.
Yeah. Second pick coming out for Avondale College is that Yuki, Vlad. Obviously, you know, we saw him have quite a showing for Diamond there. He's now out, so obviously Avondale College picks that away.
Here's the Sivir pick.
Sivir coming out for Dream E on that 80 carry role.
Yeah, Sivir Yumi, just a really strong duo lane. Can really dominate any lane matchup, I think.
Yeah. Now, it'll be interesting to see how that does. Obviously, it's Nautilus. They're looking for those, you know, catches.
Okay. This is something.
Cassio in the mid lane potentially. Not going to say anything. Could be down the bot lane. We have seen that in the past from, you know, various different competitions.
We could see it in the top lane as well.
Yeah, could see that. So a lot of flex coming out from both teams at the moment. Obviously, Vlad could be mid, could be top.
Yeah.
Same with Cassio, same with Naut, could be top. I wouldn't imagine so. Riven coming out as the 4th ban for Rangitoto College.
Yeah, we're just going to see a lockdown on 80 carry bans at this point, I think.
Probably. Obviously, LCD DK having quite a showing last game. He was quite happy there as the Kaiser in that bot lane. You know, so comfortable in fact that Lemon Lord felt, you know, capable of going mid lane for a game. Didn't result in anything, but, you know, it wasn't an issue. Kaiser ban coming out for LCD. And Anivia as a return ban onto Zeo. So they don't really want to have to deal with that. Like, I can understand that. Anivia can be quite a powerhouse when she gets those items up.
Yeah, she can be quite the troublemaker if she gets ahead, or even goes even, I think. We're probably going to see one more ADC ban.
Ooh,
Cannon ban. Okay.
They don't really have to deal with that, obviously. Probably into the Vlad, but Cannon as it is, you know, the Storm, quite a pain to deal with. The stuns coming out.
I don't think the matchup for Vladimir is too bad. Okay, Lucian pick. This is one that I was running through my head when I saw Nautilus be picked in. Lucian, quite a good pick into Yumi. Also does really well into Lux, so those two meta supports he can really aggress on.
great damage, great mobility, and obviously, the culling can be quite a decent form of harassment in that mid lane, in that bot lane. Sejuani coming out for Yuki in that jungle.
Yeah, like we were talking about during the break, me and Blue Panda were discussing what kind of jungler Yuki really needs to look for to step up his game, and Sejuani was one that came across.
Yuki did what he could on Jarvan. Unfortunately, not quite beefy enough to take that matchup in the jungle. Sejuani better suited for it. Now Azir. We do have an Azir pick for Zayo in the mid lane.
Yeah, great pickup, I think. Azir's really strong champion because
the hover of the Garen by Lemon Lord. I don't think we'll see that coming through. We could, but I don't think he quite offers enough to the team for them to commit to picking it.
Yeah, I don't think the Garen's going to be locked in here. The Azir pick, though, a really good pick, I think, in the current meta of the game. He can manage his way.
Aatrox coming out in the top lane.
Okay, so we're going to have an Aatrox Vladimir matchup in the top lane. Cassiopeia Azir. We will see the Lucian, Nautilus in the bot. And we'll have Sejuani versus Lee Sin.
So, interesting change up from obviously the way they played last time, and maybe a bit more defensive in terms of the way she plays. Azir is, he's pretty aggressive, can harass from a decent distance, but he also has that disengage available, so that if they do find themselves in an unfavorable position, he can push them away and they can sort of reset. Whereas you got Cassiopeia, Aatrox, Lee Sin, and Nautilus. That is very much an all-in comp.
Yeah.
So if Rangitoto finds themselves in a favorable trade, they're going to be able to lock down Avondale College, finish off some of these squishier picks, obviously, and then take down Sejuani Vlad to finish things up.
Yeah.
So Avondale College will have to stay on their toes, I feel, if they want to stay in this game. If at any point Rangitoto College are allowed to get a lead, I think they will run away with it, as they have done, in the last few games we've seen them play.
Yeah.
They've maintained that gold lead, they've maintained that advantage, and they look to push down these early objectives. So,
yeah. So what
with
we're
this
seeing,
lineup, what do you expect, Avondale College to be doing?
Yeah, what we're seeing from Avondale College is another team comp that's really built to scale into the game. We have Azir, one of the strongest, I think, late game mid laners that there is. He's pretty much the hyperest of hyper carries. We do have a Vladimir, so in that mid game point where he hits his 3 items, he'll do a lot of damage, a lot of sustain. It'll really make these team fights a lot more favorable for them.
Exactly. Now we are loading onto the Rift. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this. They might go for an early invade, obviously with the Lee Sin, they had that pressure, obviously with the Nautilus as well. But I don't think, Avondale College will be threatening anything like that. So we are seeing, the four members of Rangitoto College, and Cassiopeia slowly following behind, looking for that tri-brush down the bottom. Siva is sitting there. Dreamy will spot them out, drops the ward, so they know exactly what's going on. Avondale on the ball here, so they know that they were looking for that invade, so they will back off. They do rotate down Mini, though, looking to be, a bit of a harass. Chucks down some wards, so they do know exactly what's going on. Very well placed. It means they know that they're coming around the other side. Chucks out a bit of harass. So Rangitoto College will just have to reset, I think, and go for their own jungle start.
Yeah, during this whole time, Dreamy and Miniso able to really keep an eye on Rangitoto College. During that time, we see Zayo rotating up into Lee Sin's red side and getting that vision on his red buff, securing information on where he's going to start.
Yeah, so they know exactly what Rangitoto College will be doing to start off with. Very, very wary play coming out of Avondale College at the moment. I think they realised that, last game was a bit of a stomp. Yeah. So they know that they're going to have to play a bit more defensively. They know they're going to have to do these things to, safeguard their, play into the next match. So there we go. Pretty standard start. Both junglers starting on the red side. Down the bot lane, though, we do see LCD, DK, and Lemon Lord sitting in that close brush to the blue side. No, looks like they're going to go for a bit of farm. And we're going to have standard lanes, standard farming stuff. And we'll see how we go from there. Early push coming out of the Nautilus Lucian.
Yeah, we're just seeing them really asserting their lane dominance early. They really want to make sure the Siva Yumi can't really scale into the game.
Yeah, because, obviously very, very strong going into that late game. Yumi offers a lot in terms of heals, shields, and, the damage amplify. So if they are allowed to scale into that game, could be a bit of a problem for Rangitoto College. Pretty standard stuff going around the jungle, around the map. Junglers getting their farm, getting those early levels they can. Cassio on the being on that Cassio, putting down a bit of harass, gets Zayo down to half health. A bit scary, especially with the Lee Sin in the jungle. Could make up for some interesting tower dives there. Even pull blowing there early on Barry's Sun into that Dark and Blade from Aatrox. Now, obviously, coming into the early game, what objectives can we see contested?
At this point of the game, it's looking like the objective that both junglers are going to be looking for is the respective skills that they've passed their ways towards. Both of them did the exact same clear red buff into walls, into blue buff, into gromp, and are most likely look for a scuttle. We do see Yuki having a different idea, and he seems to be looking, back towards these raptors.
And it looks like Hypebeast will be coming in to contest those Raptors. Had a ward down, so he knew exactly what was going on. Yuki does set, so there is a bit of contest going on. Yuki obviously sitting a bit lower than Hypebeast. Hypebeast on the list does have a sustain, so it looks like he will push Hypebeast off. It does a decent amount of damage. We'll get that AQ regen. Hypebeast turns around, gets the resonating strike, gets the smite off, does take away the big raptor, sorry. Away from Yuki. Yuki just carries on down the ground. Now in the bot lane, we see Dreamy having a bit of a rough time. And, the Nautilus hook comes out. They do get onto Yumi. Yumi jumps back on the Dreamy, does survive. Bit of trade going down. Dreamy sitting quite low.
During that jungler engagement, Miniso sitting outside of Sivir gave Lemon Lord the opportunity to hook, and it also forced Lemon Lord's ignite. So Miniso's really sitting there quite low.
Healed up now, obviously. That's what Yumi does. So these trades in the bot lane, yes, they're going in Rangitoto College's favour, but obviously to Yumi, she can heal up herself and the ADC. So realistically, is it going to transfer into anything? I mean, yes, there's a bit of a farm lead at the moment, mostly because LCD and Lemon are pushing heavily into that turret. It's a bit harder for some farm on the turret.
We have some stuff coming on.
Lemon Lord going for another rotate into the mid lane, does get the hook out onto Azir. Lee Sin coming over the wall. Yeah, it does get the dash away. So ultimately, it doesn't really translate into anything. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Barry Sun has taken a decent amount of harass from this Aatrox. Has had to blow on the Sanguine Fall a few times just to survive. Doing what he can to transfusion up. Ian going for a bit of a stutter step there in the mid lane. Styling on the Zeo a bit.
Yeah, very questionable on Barry Sun's first item choice there. D-ring on Vladimir.
Yeah, he didn't go for, the other options. It would have been better, potentially a Doran Shield.
Hook there in the bot lane coming out from Lemon Lord.
Or Dream equal out again, but obviously Yumi speeds you up a little bit, so Sivir able to get away, ultimately not able to translate into. Obviously, the blue side did have that huge wave sitting there, so it would have been a bit of a waste to ignore that. But now, Dreamy, we see him back away for the first time. But a bit different from last game. We saw him sitting in lane for a very long time. Meant that he was without those items that would have helped him contest. So good to see him back early getting that pickaxe.
Really putting in damage in the mid lane as well.
Some decent trading going on.
Remy really thinking about his gold timing this time. Based on that pickaxe, like I said he should have in the first game. I think he just thought we were playing on patch 9.13 where Essence Driven now builds out a BF sword. But since this has been played on 9.12, it's still currently being built out of pickaxe.
Very, very good there for Sim, and we do see our first dragon coming up. It is a mountain drake, so we will probably be seeing that contested quite early on. Obviously, it does help in pushing down those turrets and getting those major objectives.
We are going to see Rangitoto College rotate down for this mountain drake. Lee Sin already running straight down to their mountain drake.
Yeah, that's something they do want to take, because it means they can push down those turrets more effectively. Obviously, with the Lucian Nautilus, they want to get that tower and then go do things around the map, because obviously Nautilus, great for locking down champions, great for, setting up situations around the map. So, Lee Sin will get a few jungle camps and then look to pressure down there.
We might have a little bit of a jungler interfere. What's the word I'm looking for?
Edgewadi does realise that Mountain Drake is available, so understands that they will be looking to push it. Is rotating down here into the bot lane, looks for potential to kill. So we could have a lane game coming out here from Yuki. Well, the trade very much going in Avondale College's favour here. Lemon Lord sitting very low, realises that he might have to give his life just to keep LCD alive, and that's what happens. The first blood going on to Dreaming. Now, it's a much better showing than they've had late game. What does this mean?
Yeah, so first point of the game, we see Dreamy and Miniso really being aggressive onto LCD and Lemon Lord, and it really came out on top with Yuki also appearing down in the spot lane. Hypebeast was there, but just a little bit too late, I think, to really switch it over. If Hypebeast maybe got there a second earlier, we might have seen a different outcome, and it might have been a 3-0 for Rangitoto College's favour.
In saying that, yes, first blood does go over to Avondale College. Did it happen because, you know, Rangitoto made a bad call, they stayed in the lane too long, or was it because now that they're on the Champions League comfortable, Avondale College is actually starting to show life? What do you think?
Yeah, maybe it just comes down to comfort picks coming out from Avondale College, or maybe it was just a key moment of
Right time, right situation?
reflection upon the game one, where they thought, hey, maybe our communication skills between each other aren't the best. Maybe we need to pick that up. And it really shows with Yuki really coming down and committing to the fight as well.
Definitely. It shows that the communication is there this game. They know what's going on. They know what's at stake here. Obviously, a trip to Melbourne to compete at the Melbourne Esports Open. So they've reflected. They've changed the way they're doing things. And obviously, they're communicating a lot better. So those rotations are happening. Meanwhile, Lemon Lord is once again in the mid lane. Zao knows what's going on. They had that ward down, so they knew exactly. Hype Beast coming in from behind, so we could see a tower gate coming out. The group does come out. He throws out his ultimate, pushing them all back. The stun comes out from BN, but the resonating strike comes out, finishes off Zao. Hype Beast gets out with. Ooh, meanwhile, Minister rotating in. Yuki jumping over the wall. The roof comes down. Siva, Dreamy does get the kill onto Hype Beast. They look for another one. They might get BN. No, Siva kills Lemon Lord first. Yumi throwing out the ult. BN looks like he will get away, but what a turnaround. A lot better than last game.
Yeah, great rotation up there by Dreamy and Miniso. I think it is really coming down to just better communication this game coming out from Avondale College. Dreamy, they had to give up a whole wave of CS, but in the outcome, 2 kills.
That's not bad, especially onto a Siva who is already behind. Now, last game, Dreamy had it a bit rough.
Yeah.
Now he's last game, Lemon Lord was able to roam. They didn't punish LCD at all.
Yep.
This game, they recognise that Nautilus has gone there. They punish him. They go for the rotate. They pick up 2 kills.
Yep.
2 for 1. That's really quite good in the grand scheme of things.
I think Zao staying alive that long really made a difference. He managed to get off his ulti, disrupt the fight long enough so that his team was able to collapse down in their bot side again and really sink their teeth into some more kills.
Yeah, so obviously going into the, sort of the 10-minute mark, interesting to see that, things are actually going Avondale's favour this time. In the top lane, Barry Suns, again, having a bit of a rough time. He's sitting down about 28 CS. Not a great situation. Rangitoto College does go for the early dragon. So 10 minutes, they're going for the Mountain Drake. Great start from them. Good for them, managed to come back, push down some of those targets a bit earlier. Avondale College has no idea.
Yeah, this just comes down to mid lane pressure and bot lane pressure. It also comes down to Dreamy and Miniso's decision to reset base, get their items. It really gave Rangitoto College a free opportunity to really do their Mountain Drake.
Yeah. Unfortunately, as you can see, they don't quite have the vision coverage they needed. It was a pretty uncontested dragon. I don't even see any pings coming out. So it does mean, though, that, we might see a change-up. They might go for a Rift Scuttler. A Rift Herald, sorry. In response, allow them to push down some of those turrets a bit early, get a bit of pressure, relieved.
Yeah.
Pretty standard stuff. Back to laning, back to farming. Does look like Yuki is hanging around that mid lane. Might go for a gank on the BN. BN has every idea that it's about to happen. They will back off the turret. Knows that Yuki's there, and Yuki will have to go back to the jungle empty-handed.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to BN being a jungler, and he understands how a jungler will think when it comes to pathing, CSing, and ganking. So he really understood that there is a Sejuani should be around.
Meanwhile,
this area.
in the top lane, does look like Yuki is rotating for a gank onto Guap in the top lane. Aatrox getting very low. Barry Sun having to blow the Sanguine Pool. Aatrox doing what he can to get away, but it is not enough. The empowered transfusion going onto Barry Sun does secure him the kill and a bit of reprieve in that top lane.
Oh, we are seeing Zao going in as well. Everyone's just going in all over
for
the map.
BN doing what he can, does get the kill onto Zao though. It was very, very close. BN almost died there. Now, meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do see LCD going down as well. Yuki and Hypebeast both contesting the Rift Herald there. We did miss out on a kill on Lucian, unfortunately, but it is another kill onto Siva.
Yeah, so we are seeing Siva really hitting these spikes now. 1100 gold. It's not enough. It's like
almost
80
there, not
gold
quite.
short.
We do see her back though. There we go.
There we go.
Essence Reaver onto Siva. At a 12-minute mark, it's pretty decent timing. She's got the Berserker's Greave as well. Yeah, she's sitting down and farm, but ultimately, that's what she needs. she's having a much better showing, obviously, on the Siva. Struggling far less than she did last game. In fact, the only lane for Avondale College, which is, you know, struggling a bit, is really the top lane. Barry Stone is getting harassed out quite heavily by Guapi on that Aatrox. You know, the Darkened Blade, bit of a scary thing to deal with. Has had to blow and Stagger pull more than once.
We are seeing something going on in this Rift Herald.
We might see the Rift Herald contested again. Zayo knows what's going on. The ward's down and is able to push Hypebeast off. Hypebeast getting very low there. Will have to back. Doesn't even able to clear any jungle camp.
Whoa, 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 whoa! So, Hypebeast did take Rift Herald.
He did?
Yuki and Zayo, what are you doing? You have to protect the Rift Herald. That eye will stay there until it's picked up. Or until it despawns. And they left the area, and
meanwhile in the bot lane, Dreamy and Miniso rotating back on 11 Lord and LCD, who were getting a bit of free damage off onto that bot lane turret. Now, in terms of, you know, how things are going at the moment, in terms of plating, Barry Sun's only got 2 plates left.
Yeah.
The Guapi's 5. And down in the bot lane, you're looking at 3 plates to 5. So, yes, you know, Avondale College is up and farm.
Big fight going on in top lane.
Well, meanwhile in the top lane,
Guapi
they do
going
get
down
another kill
to
onto
Barry's
Guapi. Unfortunately, he did miss that. Meanwhile in the bot lane, he is dropping it on. There we go, the ultimate comes out from Nautilus onto Siva. Dream E dropping there with the combination of the culling and, you know, depth charge. And Miniso sitting there sort of wringing his hands, unable to do anything to help. That is the turnaround that Rangitoto College needed. And it looks like the flash hook onto Miniso does miss. Miniso is able to back away, but that is more free damage onto this turret. They might even get it.
I think this is the free tower. Mini wave will be coming up shortly. We just need to kill this mini wave. Wait for their wave to come in. It'll be a nice free first tower.
No, they're gonna. Maybe no. There we go. LCD does take the tower hit. Does take down the tower. They will push, look to reset, and then probably rotate to the top lane.
Yeah.
And push down that turret there.
So off of that silver kill, LCD cash in an extra 250 gold. We are going to see him start spiking into these good items. Just see his bulk come out and his berserkers. He's ready to fight.
Yeah, very much so. We do see a proto belt coming out onto Vladimir in the top lane. Realistically, I don't think it's going to change a heck of a lot. Aatrox is just sort of, you know, having a great time in the top lane, not very contested. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do see Miniso coming up, jumping onto Zayo. Zayo had been stunned up by BN, and BN will get that kill there. Does take a tower shot just to put a bit of harass down. And unfortunately, yeah, that's Azir down for a 3rd time in the mid lane.
Yeah, BN just having a great showing overall during this whole tournament. We saw the Kindred last game. He was very dominant on forcing Yuki into big areas in the jungle.
Well,
now we're starting to see it coming out onto Zayo as well.
He has a very, very strong understanding of how the macro game works. Yes, he's a jungler, he knows how to rotate on the map. And then in the mid lane, he understands how the jungle works. So he knows when to be aggressive and knows when to play back. So, in response to that, they got the kill on the Zayo, put him back. He does have teleport up, but it looks like he's going top lane. So that looks like it could be another free dragon to Rangitoto College. And this time it's an Infernal.
Yeah, I think Avondale College don't really want to give this up. They really need to pressure Rangitoto College to make this fight really like
the hook does come out, does miss. They look like they will be going in. Glacial Prism goes down onto Nautilus. Yumi ult coming out. The depth charge does go onto Yuki. They finish off Nautilus, doing what they can. On the hunt has been proc. They will go in. Azir ult onto LCD. LCD goes down. There's a double kill to Sigwani. Hypebeast and BN doing what they can to get away from this. Barry Sun going in very hard. The Hemophage has been dropped. The Sanguine Pool's been dropped. Hypebeast goes down to Siva. Siva might go down here. No. Zayo will pick up the kill on the BN. Everyone except for the Sejuani on AC survive. That is a 4-for-1 trade.
4-for-1, yep. Great team fight
and
by
a free dragon.
College. And this is the dragon that they want. Infernal Dragon. Their team comp is a scaling team comp.
Exactly.
Like I said earlier, they want to hit their 30-minute peak where they've all got their items and they will really start to really pop off and really do a lot of damage.
What this says to me, that Avondale College has been able to reset. They've re-evaluated how they played in that first game. They've understood what they need to do to actually have a showing this thing here, and they're doing everything they need to. Now the Darkened Blade does come out on the Zayo. Zayo does have to flash out to get away from the chain. Lee Sin dropping that Rift Herald in his own base, because it did obviously, I'm assuming, time out. So he will have to drop that wherever. Cassio, meanwhile down in the bot lane, LCD gets a solo kill onto Siva.
Yeah, not sure how their fight came about. Not too sure what Dreamy's doing all the way up there
it
without
looked like
a tier
Dreamy
1.
didn't have on the hunt, so it wasn't able to get away when he needed to. Obviously, LCD didn't have his ult either, but it is solution. It does get the attack reset, so it's a lot of damage coming out. Sibba really only has so much he can do, and if he misses the boomerang, that's a lot of damage he's missing out on.
Yeah, we are seeing, although Avondale College seems to be ahead, Rangitoto College is still holding their gold lead throughout this whole game. They're just winning on the tower count, realistically.
Yeah. Rangitoto College have a strong... the glacial prison coming out from Yuki. Onto Hype Beast really doesn't amount to anything. It's a bit of a waste.
Bit of hey, this is my jungle, please stay away.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do see LCD, BN, and Lemon Lord pushing in that tier 1 turret. So that will be a tier 1 turret going down, which opens a whole lot more of the map for Rangitoto College. So it means that AC will have to be a bit, more careful in the way they play. Meanwhile, they do go onto the Yumi. Yumi blowing the ult, doing what they can. It does look like they might turn this around. Lemon Lord does go down to Dreamy. They look to engage. Azir gets the ult off onto BN. BN is also going to go down to Sibba. That is a double kill onto the Sibba. What a turnaround.
Yeah, this is all coming down to Lemon Lord really trying to focus the Yumi. Yumi with her W can really be obnoxious. You can get her all the way down to like 20 or 10 hit points, and she would just jump inside her next teammate, and she would just smack out their final chapter and really disrupt the whole team fight.
Yeah, Miniso really understanding how his champion works, baiting out some of those key abilities, then jumping to safety on one of the teammates. Now, doesn't look like they're going to transition that quite into much. Yes, it's 2 more kills on the Sibba, so it means more items coming out for her. Unfortunately, there are no real objectives up on the map for them to take. They could have pushed the tier 1 down, but they realised that, the cool, respawn time is a pretty low stage. So it meant that most of the champs they were fighting into are already back up and pushing down in the mid lane. So they reset, get some items. In terms of items, though, we see Guapi being in the mid lane, on that Cassiopeia with an interesting item pickup.
He's picked up a Magi.
Yeah, that's a lot of confidence from a Cassiopeia who really has no escape mechanics.
Yeah, he's really confident that.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Barry Sun going hard into Guapi, drops the Hemoplay, drops Transfusion, gets the Ignite out, and Yuki comes in to kill secure.
With the smite, by the way.
Yeah. Probably could have left that, but it's another kill secured. Guapi's not really showing as well as he did last game.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to Yuki really amping.
Yeah, doing what he can to take down Guapi. They identified him as a threat.
Whole thing of top lane. Top lane being a much longer lane than mid lane really punishes people that overextend.
Yeah, very much so. Now, around the map, we do see what looks like AC setting up to take down this tier 1, or at least pressure. Meanwhile, BN up in the top lane in the Cassiopeia doing what he can to shove waves into the tier 2 for AC. Barry Sun as well doing what he can to push down the tier 1 in the bot lane. So AC really just doing what they can to, open that map back up for them, give them a bit of room to breathe so they can set up, take one of these major objectives, which it looks like they will be pressuring. Yuki he jumps over the wall with that after assault, is able to get away, throws a bit of harass on the Hype Beast, but it does look like both teams are sort of posturing around Baron.
Yeah, it seems like...
Zio taking a bit of damage, does blow the ult for no reason, misses BN on that Cassiopeia, the TP is coming out, they do blow the jet charge on to Dreamy on the Sibba. Sibba will go down. Miniso will go down. Sejuani also caught out, will go down.
Yeah, Ice Beast will go down, but I think Barry Sun can't do anything about this Baron call.
No.
We are going to see Rangitoto College most likely just start this Baron, bait Barry Sun. It looks like he's already been baited.
Oh, he's going in hard, but he doesn't quite have enough damage to finish everyone off. BN is still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it all came down to they're dying too quickly there. The team fight would have went a lot better if he had just survived a little longer.
Yeah, he tried to go for the throw over the wall, whereas if he'd maybe just pushed, BN away, he might have survived it.
Yeah.
And as a result, that's another Baron to RC. So RC in a position where they could actually run away with this. They're 4.8k up at the moment. They've got 3 towers to the none of AC.
Yeah.
Again, it's 20 minutes in. They've got their Mountain Drake, which means they can push these objectives a lot faster. And they are setting up for another Dragon.
Yeah, it's all just coming down to
another Infernal, which it does look like AC will be trying to get as quickly as they can. Because
we do see Hypebeast just running here instantly, knowing that Yuki and his team will be down here as well. We are seeing Avondale College just sending up Infernal.
Yuki looks like he might be coming around, goes in for the arc, does get a smite out, secures a second Infernal Drake there. But it's another Infernal Drake. That's a lot more damage, on these scaling champs.
That is 17%, I believe.
Oh, meanwhile, the turnaround does come on to the end. Arctic Assault down, does throw out the ultimate, gets 3 members of AC. Sejuani doing what he can, does The Bouncing Blade does actually come out and finish off VN. Turning around, Vlad picks up 2 kills. They do throw away the Aatrox there with the Azir ult. Barry Sun's still going down. Yumi jumping onto Azir, doing what he can. Miniso is dead. That is all 5 members of AC down. They did get 3 kills, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it just really comes down to this Death Dance pick up on Aatrox. The amount of healing Aatrox can gain with this item, plus his passive, is insane. He just goes from being a normal Riven-like champion into Riven plus Vladimir with the amount of sustain you can get out of this item.
Yeah, very much so. And Aatrox very much about staying alive, you know, obviously with his passive as well. But it does look like Wafi and LCD with that Baron buff. No, they look like they're going to back off. Yuki is coming in hard. Now, that fight looked like it might have gone in AC's favour. Do you think that maybe because they have had a bit of success in the early game, they're getting a bit overconfident here?
Yeah, I think it just came down to miscommunication, I believe. We didn't see the Yumi ulti come out. If Miniso was on top of Yuki, and Yuki engaged onto their backline, I think a Yumi ulti there would have been pivotal to them winning the team fight. But we didn't see that happen, and I think that's kind of the crumble point as to where Rangitoto College can be like, here is the era, let's punish this.
Yeah, very much so. Rangitoto College are reading these games very, very well. I'm able to punish AC in these situations. Now Zeo, you saw him throw out an ult. Really, it didn't do much.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously BN coming around with that great stone gaze. You know, it just stunned up 3 people. He got the W off underneath them. That's a lot of damage that was taken for free by AC because they didn't turn around.
Yeah, that was a big ulti coming out of BN. Once again, like I've said earlier, it's just a really good showing out of BN from this, from game 1 and now in game 2 in the mid lane. He just seems to be super confident in his skills as a player, and really knows his damage output.
And it seems like that Magi's was, you know, an appropriate pickup. Now he's got 14 stacks after that fight.
Yep. Definitely after he's picked up that Magi, he hasn't really looked back and he's just been on a rampage.
Now in the top lane we do see 4 members of Rangitoto College pressuring this tier 2. Zio doing what he can, does get a bit of harass on BN, but you do see Aatrox roaming around the AEC jungle. Vlad, Barry's telling that Vlad does have to rotate up to, you know, sort of alleviate some of that pressure, but so is Aatrox. So we might be looking at another 5-man fight in the AC jungle.
Yeah, I think we are going to see a 4-1. The majority of everyone in the top lane, while the 2 top laners are going to be sitting mid lane and slowly push each other around. We are going to see a lot of pressure be put on for Vision in this top side jungle. And we're going to see, just good vision coming out of Rangitoto College, making sure they're super safe.
And there we go. We do see Miniso jumping onto Yuki. No, looks like he's going to go back on Zeo just to help a bit with the wave clear. He's jumping onto everyone. They look like they're going to chase down LCD right here. The Yumi ult does come out. The Glacier Prism goes on to Lemon Lord there. They might get him down. No, flashes over the wall, does survive. This is a bit of a disaster, really, because, you know, you've got Aatrox shoving down the mid lane, you've got BN shoving the mid lane. They threw out Glacial Prison and really got nothing for it, and it was onto a support.
Yeah, they used everything there, and were not able to secure a single thing.
So the question is this the point where Rangitoto starts to, you know, choke out the Avondale College cause? They don't get the farm they need, and they slowly look at finishing the game.
Yeah, it's looking that way. It's looking like Rangitoto College, although they were down in kills.
Oh, and here we go. The pings have come out. We have Mountain Drake spawning in 1 minute. So that could be a second Mountain Drake to Rangitoto College, which would mean, obviously, faster Barons, faster tower pushes, and that could be what they need to finish this game off.
Yeah, that second Mountain Drake could really be pivotal into them making a last siege push into that Nexus. We might see some force back from Avondale College. They'll try to contest this Mountain Drake, but at the moment it seems like they're all posturing mid lane.
Yeah, Rangitoto College is really doing a great job of, you know, controlling Vision.
Yuki caught out.
Oh, Yuki caught out by Lemon Lord Hook. The Zep charge has come out. The Resonating Strike lands on it. Redemption does come out, keeps Yuki alive, and it's enough for Rangitoto College to decide that, you know, we'll give up now, and we'll just, you know, posture around the tier 2 turret. They are retreating back, though. They know this Mountain Drake is up very, very soon. They're going to look to get it, secure it. The second Mountain Drake for them. And then from there, they can transition into the Baron, which is spawning very, very soon as well. And they could look to push maybe top lane, mid lane, and finish this game out. Drops very quickly, obviously, with the Mountain Drake.
College looking to rotate up towards this Baron, though. We are seeing the same out of Rangitoto as well.
Zayo, though, is sitting
Maybe
pretty
we
far
have
behind. He
some-
does have to teleport.
Yeah.
BN is pretty low on mana, though. He is farming in the bot side jungle. This could be, you know, a pretty bad play. All said and done.
We do see Guapi with his teleport, so he can just pressure on this bot lane T3.
Meanwhile, Lemon Lord and Hype Beast in the jungle are dancing around there with Yuki. Oh, the Yuki ult does come out onto Lemon Lord. Lemon Lord taking a decent... there's some damage. Not a decent amount. He is pretty tanky at this stage, you know.
Yeah, maybe not a time where you really want to spend the Yumi ult. We do see some action going down in the bot lane.
Meanwhile, Aatrox is fighting with Zayo. Zayo taken very low. He will go down to Guapi in the bot lane. So that looks like it might be a free Baron for Rangitoto College. Guapi is just going to back off. He will be able to teleport up there and support them. But that is Zayo down. That is a huge amount of disengage which he had to blow to stop Guapi from trying to kill him. It didn't work. So it means that if they were to contest this, Barry Sun rotating in there, Yuki, they're going to do it anyway. So they do throw out the Hemoplague. It does land onto Cassiopeia there. Barry Sun doing what he can, jumping into LCD. Will have to run. The Death Touch does come out onto Barry Sun. Yuki also taking a lot of damage. They will keep following down. Yumi doing what he can. But in the bot lane, Guapi has taken the tier 3. Yes. They do catch up Barry Sun. They will catch up Yuki. Dreamy trying to do what he can to survive. Does get caught by another hook. Will have to flash out. Miniso doing what he can to keep his AD carry alive. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, Guapi is just going to town.
Yeah. No pressure
Here we
on
go,
Guapi
blue inhibitor
there.
down. He will rotate up. They will secure a mid inhibitor as well. Miniso will get caught out by the Aatrox. Guapi getting another kill. The inhib in the mid lane will also go down. And this could be the end of the game.
Something. Lemon Lord?
He's still got the rest of his team up to help.
I think we're just going to look for Baron just for their final push towards the end.
BN hanging around a bit. He does a huge amount of damage. He's almost got a fully stacked Magi. Yeah. So I don't think he's too worried. He's just going to hang around there, you know, slow them down a bit, push those waves back in so that they can secure Baron without too much contest.
We're just going to see a nice, easy Baron coming out, especially with that double mounted drake. The thing will be mounted in no time. Maybe a little bit longer than your standard hyper carry route ADC would do, but
yeah, it is only illusion. He's got a Morph, Black Fever, and Last Whisper, so he does a decent amount of damage. Just not very quickly. Yeah. Not in terms of that, just no, not in terms of Baron anyway.
What do you think, Panna? How does Avondale College come back from this game?
That's a tough question because, you know, on paper, Avondale College has a great team fight comp. If they can get all their ultis off synergized well, they can take this fight. Simba does enough damage with their bouncy blades to actually, you know, chunk down some of these, you know, beefier players. But it just hasn't been happening for them. Yeah. Every time an ult's been used, it's been either defensively or for an engage that happens sort of 1 versus 1 versus 1, and it's they have to slowly walk in. They haven't been together. They haven't been as cohesive as Rangitoto College, who seem to be getting off everything perfectly every single time.
Yeah. I think it comes down to Rangitoto College really knowing what their win condition is, and that's really just sieging down these turrets, making sure we get the correct objectives. Don't worry too much about the kills and death at the point of the game, back in the start of the game, where they were down kills, but they were still up in that lead because they were taking these power platings.
Yeah, very much so. Now it does look like we will have Rangitoto College posturing in the top lane, pushing down that tier 2. Obviously with that Baron buff and the 2 Mountain Drakes, it's going to happen really quick. So they do get that tier 2. They will look at pushing the last tier 3 for Avondale College. Now, they've managed their waves really well. So you've got mid lane and bot lane pushing in with super minions. And, you know, Rangitoto College is very, very scary right now. So Avondale College doing what they can to just survive this push. But someone is going to have to rotate off and deal with these anyway.
Yeah, we are just going to see Rangitoto College just sit here in top lane, beef up these minions, slowly chip away at these towers, because someone, more than one person, has to go and deal with these waves. There's super wave in the mid lane.
We've
had 2 supers in the bot lane.
We've almost had the entire wave the team pull off. So that means that in the next wave, Rangitoto College will look to push down this tier 3.
Yeah, they send Nautilus back up there just to buff the minions, give them a bit more move speed with Baron buff, just to get this mini wave here a lot quicker.
Yeah, these super minions are going to be doing a lot of work in the back line. So if Rangitoto College can draw out a fight, it might mean you might see a Nexus turret or 2 go down just for super minions.
Yeah, I would like to see one of these players from Rangitoto College maybe just go to the mid lane, really guide those minions into that Nexus turret.
They are looking like they're going to back up. Dreamy will have to go down and deal with that by himself, which means that a lot of their damage is now in the bot lane dealing with super minions because that turret is sitting very, very low. Now it does look like that server will be staying in the bot lane. LCD going hard in this very stun. Yuki going in as well as a follow up. So does get hooked out. Yumiot coming up. Redemption is dropping on top. Guapi has propped his ult and is going in hard. Get charge goes on to Barry Sun. Barry Sun isn't Penguin Pool, so he will survive. They will get that turret. They just do too much damage and they have too much CC. HSE just can't deal with it. They are now pressuring Nexus turrets.
Yeah, we are going to probably see these Nexus turrets go down here, unless a big fight goes in the way of Avondale College.
They've got 3 waves.
They are winning this.
The AC turning around, they do catch the end. They were spread out, so RC might lose a couple of kills here. Shutdown going onto the Civer. That's some much needed gold onto her. But the rest of the team have ditched it. They're going for an Infernal Drake. So, really, it's not going to do much to help them turn around. They've got 3 open inhibitors.
Yeah, although the outcome is still good with the 3 inhibs and taking an Infernal Drake, I think they could have postured this a lot differently and really ended the game. Maybe a 3-1-1, maybe a 4-1. I think just sending one other player into one of those other lanes with supers would have been a lot better to really apply the pressure into that inside to the Nexus turret.
Avondale College getting very, very lucky that the turrets are sitting quite low. They could have lost one, but luckily they were able to, pressure off the Rangitoto College and save those turrets. So it means at least they have a baseline of defense.
Yeah, they were able to posture up and defend for that small amount of time that they had. We are going to see Baron coming down really turning off the Rangitoto College.
We've also seen the Infernal Drake go down to Rangitoto College, so we have had one inhibitor respawn, which is in the bot lane, I do believe. So, Guapi is already there. He's positioned the wave in such a way that they can continue, push down, get that inhibitor, reset the super minions, and finish this game out. Mid lane one is respawned as well, obviously because they were taken in quite quick succession. So they are pressuring these lanes where these inhibitors have respawned while letting the top lane do its thing. They did have all 3 inhibitors down, so that means 2 super cannon minions coming in, and super siege minions coming in both waves. So we'll see two super siege minions up top for Vlad to deal with. Guapi doing what he can to try and take down this inhibitor. Will get jumped on. He is pretty beefy though, so I'm not sure if they can get it. The rest of Rangitoto College rotating down. LCD taking that mid lane inhibitor. Lemon Lord helping out with Guapi. Ben just sort of floating in the middle. They do get that mid inhibitor, so that means 2 dead inhibitors right now. Guapi did have to drop the stopwatch there. They do get the 3rd inhibitor as well. That's 3 dead inhibitors, 2 very, very low Nexus turrets, and a team trying to do what they can to try and survive. Yumiot coming down, Yuki jumping in. Lee Sin going very deep, does get the insect onto Dreamy. Dreamy will flash out. Barry Sun's very deep right now. LCD gets the kill on the Yuki, he gets the kill on to Dreamy. Guapi does go down though. Zayo doing what he can to try and survive. Miniso trying to take some damage, trying to give Zayo the space to run away. Zayo is very low right now, does get the slow into LCD, but it looks like Rangitoto College will, he dies to the minion wave anyway. So that will be Nexus turrets, that will be the Nexus, and your 2019 New Zealand champion.
Barry Sun?
No, they got them showing like Barry Sun. No, he just doesn't.
No, we aren't going to see
Okay, there we go. So it does look like that your 2019 New Zealand regional champions will be Rangitoto College. 2 years. Understanding the game, they position their minion waves so in such a way that they could continue pushing and applying the pressure. We had an absolute showing from Guapi in the mid lane in the first game. BN coming in from the jungle in that first game into the mid lane in the second game. What a powerhouse. Rangitoto College are looking very, very strong. I can imagine that they're going to do quite well once they make it to Melbourne. We hope, obviously, representing New Zealand on an international stage is very, very good. That's what we want to be seeing. But, Avondale College, hopefully they don't, give up here. They could be quite demoralising going down 2-0 to Rangitoto College. But we hope that, in the next season, they come back, they, revitalise, reanalyse things, and come back with a stronger showing. Because honestly, they did well. They did well making it to the semi-finals and then the finals, and they took some kills off. It was a 20 kill to 24 game.
Yeah, we did.
Avondale College showed some serious life at the start of game 2.
Yeah, we did see a good showing out of Avondale College. We do see that they have the talent there necessary to really go forward. I think it just comes down to them gelling together as a team a bit more, getting that cohesiveness, understanding how each other wants to play the game, and really understanding what their win conditions are.
Yeah, very much so. And GG to Rangitoto College, and here we will be signing off. This is the end of our cast, so off air native, goodbye.